Hi guys!
Hey guys, and we are back for our top 4 matches of the Premier Challenge. And coming up now, we have the players ML going up against Gary Yongjiang in the semi-finals for this matchup.
Both very strong players as we saw in the past few rounds.
Yep, both of them have been featured in the Swiss matches before this. And but fair warning, full disclosure that ML due to team sheet error, he cannot bring the Tapu Koko into the matchup. It is removed in the current match. So you will not be seeing Tapu Koko in this best of 3 games going up against Gary here. That's a disclaimer. We were not saying Tapu Koko.
Yeah.
Just due to team sheet error. Alright. As we can see, going to team preview, that ML's, we're going to be watching the game on ML's perspective. ML will be carrying the Porygon 2, Mimikyu Marowak, Tapu Fini, and Snorlax.
And then we have Gary Allen bringing him his Drifloon, Nihiligo, Magnezone, Buzzwole, Arcanine, and I am so sorry.
Tapu Lele.
Tapu Lele, yeah.
Tapu Lele, Magnezone, Arcanine, Buzzwole, Drifloon, and Nihiligo. Wow. But in terms of team matchup right here, it's a little bit 50-50. However, Gary does have the Pokemon that answers all the Tapus, which is Nihiligo. And Buzzwole also threatens the Snorlax on ML's side of the field. So it's a little 50-50 right now.
It can go either way.
Yeah, Gary has answers to ML's team, but ML can protect the Tapu Fini using the Marowak. However, the Marowak is also easily threatened by the Nihiligo's Power Gem and the Shadow Ball on Drifloon. So we'll have to see how does ML adjust himself in this matchup, because it's a little bit unfavorable, I would say. Gary just have all the answers to ML's side on the field.
I would see that it will be a very close race in that sense. 50-50 up against each other.
We do see Arcanine and Nihiligo on Gary's side, and we do see Mimikyu and Snorlax coming onto ML's side on the field. Now that the Arcanine has dished out the Intimidate, lowering the attack on Snorlax and Mimikyu, Mimikyu is sort of dead weight in this matchup, besides able to set up Trick Room.
Drawing Nihiligo there, coming up with Buzzwole.
Yep, Gary was anticipating the Tapus to come out on ML's side, but we do see a higher horsepower going on to the Buzzwole switching. And we do see Roar on Arcanine onto the Mimikyu, preventing Trick Room from going out.
Pulling out Tapu Fini right there.
But now that the Roar has brought in Tapu Fini is in prime position to dish out Muddy Waters and Moonblast. So we've seen in the previous Swiss round that the Tapu Fini is carrying choice specs. We'll have to see what item, what move will the Tapu Fini lock himself into. We do see Arcanine being switched out for Tapu Lele, switching up the terrain, trying to boost its own special attacks.
Yep.
But what will Buzzwole go for here?
Switching out the Snorlax for the Mimikyu also.
We do see a Poison Jab going onto the Tapu Fini slot. That is about over 50%, and that's the poison. Wow, and we do see a Muddy Water. Buzzwole avoids the attack. Gary's getting all the RNG in his favor right now.
All the luck is on him.
Yep. And wow, that Muddy Water did so much damage for it being choice specs.
Yep.
Yeah, now the Pokemon ML side on the field is significantly weakened. And now that Arcanine is not in the field, Mimikyu can easily go for a Trick Room. And now that the disguise has not been busted, I just don't see a way for Mimikyu to be knocked out at this turn right now.
Oh, he's recalling Fini for that with Snorlax. Okay. Taunting into the Mimikyu slot.
Do we see a mental hop on Mimikyu? Yes, we do. Alright. crucial item reveal being revealed on Emerald's Mimikyu set right now. We do see a Poison Jab going on to
And Trick Room comes out.
Snorlax. Trick Room does activate. Mimikyu's disguise is still intact.
It'd be hard to get Mimikyu off the field at this point with this guy still intact.
Yep, now it's a very safe switch in to bring in Tapu Fini on Mimikyu slot, I would
Yep.
presume. Because now Snorlax could easily go, not really, Snorlax wants to switch out to Tapu Fini, that's what I wanted to say. Or Marowak, that's an even better switch in, I would say.
Yeah.
We do see a Poison Jab going onto the Marowak slot. No,
Mimikyu slot.
And that thing of poison. Gary's getting all the luck in his favor today. The poisons, the
Poisons left and right.
yeah, the Muddy Water missing onto his Buzzwole. We do see Player going onto the Buzzwole slot, doing about 50%. Tapu Lele going for the Shattered Psyche. Going onto the Marowak switching, I presume. If he were to go for the Mimikyu, it's also an ideal play to pick up the KO. But basically, Tapu Lele is netting a KO right now on any mon.
It does go onto the Marowak slot. A good play right there. Ooh, picks up the KO on Marowak.
It does snap the 1-hit KO onto Marowak. Now that Mimikyu's disguise has been busted and also netting a poison, Gary is just in prime position right now. There's no means of stopping him. Tapu Fini does come back, but at his low hit points, both Pokemon being poisoned,
Yep.
Gary's just, I don't know, man. The
He's
RNG
just like
is really
in it
stable.
there.
Huh?
Like, RNG is on his side today. Poison hacks.
Yeah, Emil has got a really uphill battle to climb right now.
Yep.
He could still do it. He just needs to position himself properly. We do see Arcanine being switched in for Gary. Getting the Intimidate onto the Mimikyu. Because we might just see a Shadow Claw going onto the Tapu Lele slot. We do see a Muddy Water being activated on Emil. Knowing that it's Choice Specs, it does pick up the KO on Arcanine. But will the Shadow Claw go first as the Trick Room onto Tapu Lele?
Stay rough.
Yep, it does pick up the KO. Arcanine and Tapu Lele going down for Gary. And we do see Poison racking up on Emil's side. The Tapu Fini is the crucial one actually.
Very. That poison surely hits really hard right now.
We do see Nihilego coming in on Gary's side. I'm not sure on the item on Nihilego. It could be Focus Sash or Life Orb. If it were to be the Focus Sash variant, it would be in a very good position at the moment. But now I'm pretty sure Gary is just trying to stall out the Trick Room turns that he has going up against him.
Yep.
Now that most puzzles also tend to be Phytium or Solvest, I don't know if the puzzle is carrying Protect to save him for one turn right now.
If it does carry the Protect, then he's just set to sweep.
Yep. We just see a Muddy Water being activated. Emil really needs his accuracy drop on the Nihilego. We just see the accuracy drop on Buzzwole. And we just see a Poison Jab. It does connect. Who does it connect to?
Mimikyu.
Mimikyu. Do we see a Play Rough going onto Buzzwole? Yup. But what does Emil have in the back to answer the Nihilego? That's the better question. We just see a Splash Bomb going onto the Mimikyu? No,
The
what?
Fini.
On the Tapu Fini? Because I would presume that the Tapu Fini would go down to Poison in the previous turn. Now the Nihilego is going up against the Whirl as we speak. And that's a Life or Nihilego.
Whoa.
Nope, Trick Room turns it's still ongoing. What does Emil have in the back? That's a Snorlax. Now it's just Snorlax and Mimikyu going up against a Nihilego. Emil has brought himself in a position where Snorlax is able to knock out the Nihilego with high horsepower.
Yep.
Yeah, Nihilego.
Throwing on the Protector.
And the high horsepower does go into it. Do we see a Play Rough? Yep. Play Rough is going onto the Snorlax in hopes that the berry the life would be in the berry range.
Yeah.
But knowing that BBQ has dropped attack stats, it would definitely not put the Snorlax in berry proccing range.
Yep.
So now we have to see a power gem
Gem
going
going
on to the Snorlax. Will it pick up the KO? No, it
Ooh,
won't.
it does not.
And Emil will secure the victory if the high horsepower does connect on 90 legal.
We prayed at
And high horsepower does connect, and that
And that's
spells
that.
good game for Emil.
for the first match of best of 3.
I guess the whole plan for Gary right there, for technical difficulties, Emil is from Singapore, by the way, guys. Let's get that fixed.
Well,
But yeah, what a commanding position for Gary to be in.
yes.
Emil's from Singapore. Why is he Malaysian? Okay, but yeah, going into game 2 here, on paper it looked like Gary had the better position with all the Tapu killers, be it the 9 legal,
Yep.
and the Buzzle to deal with the Snorlax. But as we've seen in the previous game, Emil maneuvered his way to be in a better position where the Snorlax wins at the end game. So that's something to learn, folks. Even though the matchup is better in your favor, you can always lose. You just gotta
Very
play
true.
properly and maneuver around. And that's what Emil showed precisely in that game previously.
So what do you think he will bring out for round 2?
Emil is gonna go for the same lead, I presume. Tapu Fini, Snorlax, Mimikyu, and Marowak. Marowak is just there to solely deal with the Buzzwole. The Buzzwole threatens the Snorlax, Marowak threatens the Buzzwole. So yeah, I can't wait to see how does Gary maneuver around this, because in terms of matchup right now, Emil can maneuver his way around. He has more bulk compared to Gary. A very questionable lead on Gary's side of the field. We do see Magnezone and Buzzwole compared to Mimikyu and Snorlax. Like I mentioned before, Marowak is in a very good position to come in here on Emil's side, on the
Very.
Snorlax side.
That Magnezone is really a questionable lead at this point, I feel.
Yep, like I mentioned before, Marowak does come in on the Snorlax side like I predicted. And we do see a Poison Jab going on to the Mimikyu. Do we see a Poison Jab and Flash Cannon going on to the Mimikyu? Even if it does go for a Flash Cannon, does it pick up the one-hit KO? It comes down to this here, folks. Flash Cannon.
It does
It
pick up
does pick up the KO. Really smart prediction on Gary's side. Predicting that the Marowak would come on Gary's side. Yeah, predicting the Marowak will come in. Snorlax would have been in a passive position. But right now, it is very safe for Emil to dish out Muddy Waters and Flare Blitzes. Muddy Water can be there to break the sturdy on Magnezone, whereas the Marowak could deal the enough damage onto Buzzwole. Once the Buzzwole is out of the picture, Snorlax runs free.
Returning Buzzwole there, good call. Setting up the own stage for himself with Psychic Surge from Lele. Flash Cannon into Fini, not doing that much of a damage.
But yeah, like I said, Muddy Water is in prime position right now to do both attacks, and we want to see what does the Marowak go for. We do see an accuracy drop on Gary's side of the field, and Flare Blitz
That's it.
possibly going onto the Buzzwole side. Yep,
Yes.
which is now the Tapu Lele. Because now Emil's win game is definitely the Snorlax end game. And he's put himself in a position to do so. Because now that the Muddy Water we're knowing its choice specs, he could focus his damage onto the Night Legal. Night Legal is in the back, so this changes things up. You go for a Sludge Bomb, you go for a Power Jam. There are many plays that Gary could go for here, but he does not have the resources that the Magnezone might be KO'd in the following turn.
Yeah. Do you think he will come out with Power Jump instead at this point in time?
No, Nailigo decides to protect first, scouts the board field on what does Emil want to go for here. We just see Myra going for a protect. This gives Emil a free turn, X turn to go for a power gem in that slot. And knowing that the Magnezone is faster than Tapu Fini, if Magnezone survives the turn of the Muddy Water, Flash Cannon could go into that slot. But no, it does pick up the KO.
I was expecting the Magnezone to actually live through that Muddy Water.
No, it was a 2-hit KO. Regardless, we saw it just now. Now Buzzwole does decide to come back inside. It's the only option left on Gary's end. Now this is a very scary position for Emil to be in right now. Marowak is very free to get Power Gem by Nailigo. Life Rock, mind you, and the Buzzwole can go for Poison Gem on Tapu Fini. So now Emil is playing with fire as we speak.
Very athlete put.
Yeah, like I said, Power Gem going on to Marowak. Does Marowak live the turn?
No,
unfortunately. Nailigo does pick up the Peace Boost, and Tapu Fini might just go down to a Poison Jab right now. Poison Jab does go on to Tapu Fini. I think this is the end game that Gary was eyeing on.
Yep.
Getting Buzzwole and Nailigo into a sweeping position, which he does secure right now.
Very good play from Gary there.
We might just see Snorlax coming in right now for ML. Yep, like I said. And this is a free Superpower and Sludge Bomb into the Snorlax slot. Unless Buzzwole is carrying the Fighting Z, that could also work too. But we've not seen any Z moves coming out from Gary's side on the field.
I doubt they will pull up any Z moves at this point.
We do see the Witty Berry being activated on Snorlax. Superpower at +1. Does it pick up the KO?
Yes, it does.
So this means we're going to a game 3 here, folks.
Wow.
Gary adjusted really wonderfully in that second game. He knew that the end game would be Buzzwole and Nailigo. Once Magnezone and Marowak, Tapu Fini and Marowak have been chipped for Buzzwole and Nailigo to pick up the KO at the end game. So we have to see, like I said, before the round started, it's a 50-50. It's who can maneuver their way around better.
I do have a feeling that Gary will stick to the same team he brought on round 2 for round 3. As we go into team preview now, we're just waiting for both players to set up their teams.
But yeah, that was a very well played game by Gary, no doubt. Not much hacks involved in that, not much RNG involved in that match previously. However, we'll have to see whether he's able to duplicate the success he did in game 2 going into the final round. Whoever wins this would be advancing into the finals, where they'll be going up against the winner between Steven and one Muhammad Akil. So yeah, we'll have to see. Emil has already decided on the 4 Pokemon that
now waiting on Gary.
Yep. I'm pretty sure Emil has a strategy on how he wants to play out the match going into it. I'm pretty sure the downfall for Emil in game 2 was losing Mimikyu in turn 1. Knowing that the Mimikyu would go for Trick Room, Gary capitalized off of it by double targeting into Mimikyu.
Now going to the last round of the best of 3.
Yep, this is our final round. Do we see the same lead of Mimikyu and Snorlax by Emil? And what would Gary lead up here? Because Gary's leads are flexible, honestly. We do see Tapu Lele and Nailigo being led by Gary, and Tapu Fini and Porygon.
Ooh, that's one.
Now this is a very awkward position for Emil to be in, because it was revealed that Tapu Lele on Gary's side carries Taunt. So he is very free to taunt onto the Porygon slot, whereas Nailigo is very free to go for Sludge Bomb onto the Tapu Fini slot. It's
a very weird situation to be in for
Yeah,
meal
like I
right
mentioned,
there.
a sludge bomb onto top of Fini slot will not pick up the KO, but live at a slither of HP. And we might just see a taunt onto the Porygon slot.
Yes, it does go off on the Porygon slot.
We just see a Muddy Water.
Avoided
Lily
that.
avoids the attack. Gary is getting all the favorable RNG on this side. But Nightingale, it does not pick up the KO for obvious reasons. And we just see a Thunderbolt going onto the Nightingale slot.
Picking up the KO right there.
Because Gary ML adjusted to it, baiting the taunt from Tapu Lele, and he does pick up the KO onto Nightingale. But now Basil is in, Basil is now superpower is inbound onto the Porygon slot. We'll have to see what does ML have to reciprocate the answer back onto Gary's side of the field.
I predict a switch up from there. Oh no.
We do see a Psychic going onto Tapu Fini. Very questionable because we've seen that the Basil has outspent the Tapu Fini slot. He could have gotten a Beast Boost just now, honestly. Like go for a Psychic onto Porygon and Poison Jab onto Tapu Fini. I believe that would have been the better play just now.
I second that. I do think it's a better play if he did go into the Fini slot instead to get up the Beast Boost.
Yeah, but now Marak does have the safe switch in right now.
Yep.
Marak has a favorable matchup against Tapu Lele and Buzzwole. Because he could either go for a Flat Blitz or a Shadow Ball. We do see a Shatter Psyche from Gary's Tapu Lele. I predict it's gonna go into the Marowak slot. But he needs the Psychic Terrain to be able to pick up the KO onto Marowak. Yep. But like I said, it's going to the Marowak slot. I doubt it'll pick up the KO because it does not have the Psychic Terrain boost.
But it does pick up the KO.
Pick up the KO. Wow.
Now that's one we didn't see coming.
So this swings the matchup heavily onto Gary's side on the field. Porygon does survive, however it's on turn, so it can't do anything. Knowing that the Misty Surge is available, Tri Attacks is not available, it's not
Viable in
no,
this point.
Tri Attack cannot pick up status conditions like Freeze, Paralyze or Burn onto any of the mons. Hence why I say Buzzwole right now is in prime position to sweep the normal bulky mons on ML's side on the field. It's a very tough matchup for ML when he didn't adjust against the Buzzwole and Nightingale.
Psychic going into Snorlax there. Leech Life into Porygon. Does pick up the KO right there.
Giving it a beast boost, giving it attack boost from the knockout onto Porygon. We do see a return going onto the Buzzwole. That did over 50%. That's definitely an offensive Snorlax, I would say. But it's now just Snorlax against the world. Snorlax Berry, I don't think has been activated.
No, it has not been activated.
So now it comes down to the Moonblast. Not putting it in berry range, I presume.
No,
It
bad.
does.
It does?
It does proc the Wiki Berry on Snorlax. It comes down to whether does the Buzzwole go for it. It does go for a superpower here, but more than likely it will not pick up the KO on Snorlax.
It
Is that
does
a crit?
pick up.
Not even a crit!
It's
Wow!
not even a crit, it does pick up.
My goodness, what a commanding position by Gary. A commanding play by Gary.
That was
And
a
that
very
concludes
nice
that Gary is going to go into the finals. Going up against the winner between Steven and Akhil. I want to just recap. Gary definitely had the better matchup in terms of team. When he led the Nightingale, it just asserted so much pressure that ML just cannot set up. And
It was so much better than
the
the
taunt
first
from Tapu Lele also changed the tempo of the game because ML is not able to set up Trick Room from Porygon and Mimikyu.
Okay.
So yeah, the taunt on Tapu Lele changed it. The Sludge Bomb from Nightingale picked up the KO, asserting pressure straight up to ML's team. ML just cannot recuperate from the losses and the damage that he was taken in that matchup just now.
Most definitely. But that was a very good play from both players.
Yup, congratulations to ML for getting top 4 and a very big congrats to Gary Ong for progressing into the finals. And we will catch you later for the finals. It should be a very exciting game.